Good morning. Hello. My name is Sadie. Welcome back to my channel, Yen Reiki Light. And today I wanted to come on and do a quick video about what are some of the main reasons of why you're currently stuck. So this happens quite frequently on the ascension path is you'll start growing spiritually, you'll start evolving, you'll start ascending, and then you kind of hit this point where everything kind of plateaus. And it doesn't seem like anything's moving forward no matter how much work or effort you put into it. And so I wanted to talk about that today because all of us have experienced it or will experience it at some point. And there's three main reasons why. So I'm going to start with the third and then work my way to number one. So the third reason why you are stuck is because you're following a path that is not your true path. It's something that's not actually for your best or highest good or benefit. It's kind of like that expression, rejection is God's protection. And oftentimes, as I've mentioned in previous videos, when we get on this path, we'll look at what other people are doing and compare ourselves to others and try to emulate and imitate what they do in the way that they do it. But that's actually not our true path and it's not our true purpose. And if you're experiencing some blocks right now, it could be because you're too outwardly focused on what you think you should be doing or how you think you should be doing something in a certain way, instead of really connecting with yourself, with your higher self, with your heart, with your soul, listening to the calling of your heart, and listening to the guidance and the path that your soul wants to take you on. If you're too focused on, kind of like I mentioned yesterday, where I was manifesting money, but I was so obsessed with the form in which the money would come, which was the lottery. I actually was blocking other opportunities for money to come through. And it became this obsessive, very distracting, restrictive energy instead of allowing the energy to flow naturally and manifest in the way that it was meant to manifest for me. So that is the third reason why you may be feeling blocked right now. The second reason why you may be experiencing some blocks, why you feel like things are not moving forward for you on your spiritual path, is because you are not fully committed to the outcome. You are not fully committed to what it is you say that you truly desire. Let me give you an example. Say your true desire is not just your own spiritual development, but also union with a twin flame, okay? And your twin has a third-party person, third-party entanglement that they're involved in. And so because they have that other person, you decide, hey, I'm going to start dating. And you meet someone and you know they're not your forever person, but you like them, you enjoy their company, you enjoy having them around. And now your energy is, instead of focused on the main goal, your energy has kind of segued into this other person, this other situation. Even though you know they're not your forever person, they're not what you truly want and desire, it's like you're using them as a placeholder to keep yourself distracted or just to have somebody around so that you're not feeling lonely. But that is a block. So nature abhors a vacuum. What that means is you actually have to create the energetic space for what it is that you truly desire and want to manifest. Say you want to manifest doing spiritual work and your dream career, but you're working 3 or 4 jobs and you're not putting any time into your spiritual career. You're never gonna get that spiritual career going if you're not putting your time, attention, focus, and energy into it. You'll just continue working your 3 or 4 other jobs and bringing in other sources of income that way, instead of bringing in the income the way that you truly desire to bring it in. Same thing, like I said and mentioned earlier with the twin flame. Unfortunately, if you have someone else, even if that someone else, you only see them once a week, there's a part of your energy that's scattered and distracted into that other person, and you're not fully 100% committed to being in union with your twin. I love this expression from one of my favorite shows, Parks and Recreations. One of the characters, Ron Swanson, said, "You cannot half-ass 2 things. You have to whole-ass one thing." And he is absolutely correct. Like, if you want union, you have to 100% give your attention, time, energy into union, into coming into union with yourself first, because that's how you get into true union with the twin, is healing yourself, coming into union with yourself, fully loving yourself, and then that energy comes to you and magnetizes to you. So, but you can't do that if you're dating a bunch of other people, or if you've got a relationship with somebody else and you're hoping that will bring you closer to your twin. It's not going to. The energy is always going to be separated. You can't half-ass 2 things. You have to whole-ass one thing. That's just the way nature works. It's just the way the energy works. So that's the number 2 reason why you are feeling stuck or blocked right now. And the number 1 reason is timing. This is the hardest part on the spiritual path, is to actually surrender and flow with the timing of spirit and of nature and of the universe, and that it's not your ego's time, it's not your internal time clock, it's the time that it takes. It's just the natural process and the natural flow of things. How my guides explained it to me is, say you're taking a trip to California. I live in Florida, so it's on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. California is on the West Coast. And I get on the plane. I've left Florida. I've flown to Texas, and I have this layover period. That's kind of where a lot of us are currently on our spiritual path, is we're in this divine timing sort of layover period where we haven't quite connected with our connecting flight and gone to our destination, but it's on its way. We're doing the work. We're not distracted. We're fully committed. We're on our path. We're listening to our heart and our soul's guidance, not our ego self. But in nature, just like in life, things go in cycles. Things take time. When you plant a seed, it doesn't automatically grow into a rose bush. Like, it has to be watered, it has to be nurtured, it has to be in the right conditions, and then it starts to grow and develop. And so a lot of people get frustrated and sometimes even give up on their spiritual path or on their spiritual goals because they get in that layover period. And what you have to do in the layover period is what you would do if you're in a layover waiting for a flight. You just, you live your life. You listen to music. You watch a movie. You do whatever you need to do in the moment while you're waiting and allowing for divine timing to kind of bring you into the connections, the people, the situations that are going to bring you further on your path, that are going to help you reach your destination. I'll give you an example of why the delay is in your favor. So if Buddy's experiencing any delays and not having something just automatically come up for them right now or manifest for them right now, it is truly in your best and highest good. It is in your favor. So I have a friend that I did one of my tarot classes with, and this was back in 2018. She was really wanting to sell her house. She had a big house, a beautiful piece of property, but her and her partner didn't need that big of a space. They were wanting to, save money. They were spending a lot of money. She put it on the market. She didn't really get any responses. Waited a year, put it on the market again in 2019. Got what she thought was gonna be a buyer. Actually got two. The first one didn't get the financing they needed. The second one, it just fell apart right before everything was supposed to be finalized. And she knew we would do sometimes she would read for me, I would read for her. And I kept pulling the Hanged Man. And I'm like, you're blocked right now because you're meant to be blocked. You can't move forward, so don't try to push it. She kept pulling the Hanged Man and other cards too that showed her, really, I just have to surrender this. I just have to release it and let it go. Come 2020, she put the house on the market again prior to COVID. Obviously, there was a huge pandemic, a lot of things changed. However, it changed in her favor. So we live in an area that didn't really get hit hard by any lockdowns or crazy restrictions. It's a place that's beautiful. It's right by the beach. And a lot of people who were up north decided to move down here because it's a little bit freer and less restrictions. And so when she put the house on the market in 2020, she actually had to get a new appraiser, and her property value went up almost 56%. So, and she was able to sell at the end of the year last year, and she increased her profits exponentially compared to what she had originally posted for her house in 2018. And if she had sold in 2018, she wouldn't have had the financial stability and the financial freedom that she has now, because she waited, because she knew, hey, I can't push this. It's not for my best and highest benefit to push this forward right now. Let me just wait. So there's always a benefit sometimes in that layover period, in that waiting period, and trusting divine timing. It will be for your highest benefit, guaranteed. Everything in the universe, that's how it works. It works for the highest benefit of all involved. The buyers who came down from, I believe it